Thanks for your support as a channel member, Justin Inakaitis. I've got a lot of explaining to do today because we had a bit of a Dutch disaster. Hello folks, and welcome to another episode of Haas with F2 and GP2 champions only, and we are gearing up not for the Dutch Grand Prix but for the Emilia Romagna Grand Prix at the Imola circuit. You will be asking, well Aaron, what happened to the race at Zandvoort? Well, I kind of have a lot of explaining to do about this, so I recorded it, and essentially the race was a disaster. It was a sprint weekend. What did you miss? Well, you missed Nico Hülkenberg crashing out of, I think it was P3 in the sprint. I'll be bringing all this up on screen now, so that's Hülkenberg in the wall. Then on Sunday, we started last, and I think it was 12th, having qualified in the top 10 for the sprint. It was a wet race, and towards the end, we were trying to make our wet tyres bridge the gap from wets to softs, or to slicks, and Hülkenberg ran out of tyres and caused a safety car. Drugovich then took so long getting out from behind the queue of the safety car, unlapping himself, that when the safety car went in at the end of the race to essentially finish under safety car, he was too far behind to do anything about it with his one racing lap. He couldn't catch Albon. But more annoyingly, Alpine scored a 1-2. So you'll have just seen that on the screen, and the only explanation I can give is that when the safety car went in, the green flags were flying, and because the Red Bulls were on inters, they had no grip, and the other cars just drove straight past them. I have no idea because I wasn't watching it. I was just trying to get to the end because the race for us was done. And it's really bad news because we scored 0 points in Holland, and we've now lost P4 in the championship to Mercedes. Alpine have closed us down significantly, and that's a problem. However, there's a couple of things I can show you sort of here and now as to what we've been up to. So we've been upgrading the race simulator to make sure that the drivers can gain more stats as and when they need to. Have we been developing anything there? No, we've done the wind tunnel. We're doing the suspension simulator and the car part test centre. So we are developing the infrastructure of the team. We have signed a new technical chief. Enrico Cardile joined in the summer break. Decided to pull the pin on that one early so he can have a little bit more influence on the new car for Season 3, which we have started researching. I think we've done a few others as well. No, it was just the front wing we did, so I will deal with that off screen in a moment. But most importantly, we've actually locked down a driver for Season 2. Nico Hülkenberg is retiring, and as you can see there on the screen, he's being replaced by Pierre Gasly. So I decided to lock him in early before, well, we had to buy out his contract, but I just decided we'd lock him in early, make sure we've got a quality driver next season, and I'm leaning towards retaining Felipe Drugovich because all things considered, we're now not really going to entice anyone from those top 4 teams who's an F2 or GP2 champion, so we might as well stick with Felipe. I just want to be sure. I need to maybe get through another couple of races before I go, yep, we're going to stick with Felipe, but more than likely we will. So hopefully that's everything caught up for you. We're now preparing for Imola, and well, we had to bite the bullet on rebuilding Hülkenberg's car after his crash in the sprint. We've got a little bit of work to do for Felipe's car. Yeah, not really much else to say, but in the footage, I don't know if I covered this earlier, but in the footage, when I came to edit the Dutch Grand Prix, I had no audio at all. So it made the editing side of the races really tricky, because normally when I'm speaking, I know that's where something's happening, and I just edit the bits out in between. Without me speaking, without knowing what I'm talking about, it's really hard to build a narrative as to what's happening, especially a few days after you've played it. So I decided I'm just going to catch you up like this, and then we'll do Imola. So, well, you did and you didn't miss much. We didn't score any points, we didn't win a race, but we did have a bit of a disaster. So, yeah, I'm going to crack on with preparing for Imola, and I'll see you on track, and I promise to do better. Hopefully we can get into Q3 here with at least one, hopefully both cars. Hulkenberg's in, Drugovich is out, although they're on... Oh, I forgot to take out the fuel. I was planning to do 2 runs with Inters and then changed my mind. Drugovich is out because of my ineptitude. We've waited until the very end of the session once more in Q3. We're doing 2 qualifying laps. So let's see how this first one goes. We should have enough time to get the second one in as well. And we might just have a clear set of laps here, which could be the difference between starting in the middle of the top 10 or maybe right at the sharp end, as all the times are tumbling at the moment. Alonso currently on provisional pole. Hulkenberg into the middle sector of his first effort, and hopefully now the track is starting to rubber in, he will get the benefit. But there might be traffic, although we should be alright by the look of that. We've gone 3rd fastest with our first lap, and our second lap is coming up right now. Let's see what the middle sector's got for us. Gasly stays 8th. Hulkenberg currently 6th. Personal best in the middle sector. He's the only person on a flying lap right now is Nico Hulkenberg. What can he achieve? 6th place becomes 6th place. It stays P6. We didn't improve in that final sector, so Hulk will start in the middle of the top 10. It didn't work out. But, you know, we haven't used that many sets of tyres through this session because of the rain. So it was a free hit, really. But, yeah, I suppose that'll do. It's quite a simple strategy for Imola because you lose so much time in the pit lane. A 2-stop simply doesn't work unless you get a VSC. Really, a virtual safety car is more powerful than a full safety car at Imola because not everyone will pit under a VSC. Only those who are really sort of in position to do it will, and they might get the benefits of it. So hopefully we get that opportunity. We're doing an inverted strategy with each driver. So Drugovich is hards to mediums, Hulkenberg is mediums to hards, and Drugovich has got not all new set of engine components because the ERS is used, but new gearbox, new engine for him. Did I put any new parts in for Hulkenberg? Yeah, new gearbox. So yeah, that doesn't really make a huge amount of difference on lap time, but you know we'll go with it anyway. We're not going to underfuel because I just want to push in these early laps and then not have to worry about it too much. So let's get to the grid and do a motor race. I'm filming this a couple of days after the real Emilia Romagna Grand Prix. Max Verstappen was victorious then. Can he be victorious today? The lights are out. The race is on. Hulkenberg going from 5th because I think someone had a grid drop. Might have been Stroll. And he is in the thick of the action there. Drugovich is losing places already. He's down to 15th. That's not ideal. But Hulkenberg is also down a place to 6th because Perez has got past us. Ocon, frustratingly, is P4. Alonso has taken the lead. Wow. Well, that could be an exciting fight at the front, or they could all end up in the hedge. Stroll has now come past Hulkenberg. Dude, I know you're retiring, but you don't need to give up yet. Come on, man. Lap 15 here at Imola, and we've just made some progress. Felipe Drugovich has passed Yuki Tsunoda. DRS down the main straight. The AlphaTauri had dropped out of 1 second to, I think it's Magnussen who's ahead in the Williams. And we have breezed on by with those hard tyres. Tsunoda on the medium. So that is very good news for Felipe. Now we need to close the gap to Magnussen. Hulkenberg was just sitting in a DRS train that basically went up to the leaders. He has now dropped out of that 1 second as we get a yellow flag. Oh, that's Ocon off the road. Fantastic news. Come on. Ocon with a lock-up. Things you love to see. And we have gained a position. Here he is challenging his mate Lance Stroll and then just running out of talent, taking the Carlos Sainz route across the chicane, mowing the grass and just throwing it all down the pan. He is now down to 10th place. Hulkenberg is up to 7th, but he is a second and a half behind Pierre Gasly. We're approaching our pit stop window with Hulkenberg. He's up to 6th because the pit stops are starting to shake out, but bad news, Pierre Gasly has not only left us for dead at 9 seconds gap, but he's now in 4th. After Alpine's 1-2 in Holland, we really don't need them picking up a top 5 result today, especially as we don't really look at the races. Somehow, the likes of Russell and Sainz haven't come flying past, and Ocon is still chasing us after his mistake, but he is much faster, to the tune of 1.2 seconds a lap. Oh, we need a safety car later to bail us out of this so we can put some soft tyres on and be really fast again. Drugovich, on the other hand, up to 8th. He's now past the 2 Williams. That's good from him. This, I think, is an overtake into the chicane. The Variante Yalta. Look at that outside. Oh, wow. That's not realistic. That wouldn't happen in real life, but we'll take it anyway. Great job, Felipe. Nico Hülkenberg is pitting from 3rd on the road. We're one of the last to make a pit stop. We've taken our tyres a little bit further than most teams. How's the pit stop? 3.3, not great, not terrible. Gasly is 4th. Hülkenberg comes out in 12th. We've been undercut significantly by a lot of drivers. So we might just be a net... Oh, I don't even know if we're going to be in the points. The Red Bulls, Gasly's still got to pit. Drugovich will still need to pit. So Norris probably still needs to pit as well. Yeah. Red Bull are going for a double stack, and their drivers were their drivers are absolutely together. What madness is this from Red Bull? Good thing they do really fast pit stops. I mean, Perez didn't lose a huge amount of time, but Drugovich, he's still going. Where's he going to filter out? That's the gap that Red Bull had. Oh, Hülkenberg. Why? Oh, no. Dude. Is he for real? We've signed Pierre Gasly and all of a sudden he's just been completely rubbish. Felipe Drugovich leads this race, by the way. Gasly has got himself into the net flipping lead. Drugovich, deploy the bus because we need to hold up this Alpine, or, you know, maybe just take it out. Hulkenberg's got damage to the underfloor because he's been off the road. We were going aggressive, going attacking, so that would explain that. The tyres have taken a nerfing. Oh, Hulkenberg's race is going from, well, bad to worse, really. He's been passed by one of the Williams cars. Here's Drugovich into the pit lane. We need a good stop here, please, everybody. Oh, why? What is going on today? 10 seconds almost lost in the pit lane. Oh. Well, there's some good news. Drugovich has made a couple of overtakes, including that one you just saw on Sonoda. But he's 15th. Hulkenberg has dropped back to 13th. He's now 2.5 seconds behind the Williams cars. We're going to get absolutely nothing from this race. Gasly, good thing we're signing him for next season because he at least looks a bit good, doesn't he? We have had an absolutely dismal Grand Prix. Hulkenberg's got no confidence, although it's rebuilding. Drugovich is at peak confidence, but we lost 10 damn seconds in the pit lane. And also we probably shouldn't have started on the hards, although, yeah, we'll see. This might come back to him. More progress being made by Drugovich on his medium tyres. He's just passed Daniel Ricciardo. Here's the replay. Straightforward DRS move down the pit straight. It's not really straight, is it? It's a wiggle. Let's be honest. The pit wiggle at Imola. And into P14 he goes. Hulkenberg will be asked to jump out of the way as soon as Drugovich arrives, which is not going to be... well, actually, they were only 0.3 apart in lap time that last lap around, but it won't be long at all because Drugovich is going very well right now. Hulkenberg's race, it just absolutely sucks today for him. And, yeah, he's showing all the signs of a driver who is about to retire because he's making mistakes. Get him in the home, honestly, because he's almost ready for it. His tyres are basically done. I'm going to get Drugovich DRS and then we're going to call Hulkenberg in for some soft tyres because those hards are just not going to make it to the end at that rate. So I've put Hulkenberg onto a set of soft tyres. We're going to go for the fastest lap. Why not? The race leaders are about to lap us. They're not far behind. There's Verstappen coming out of the second Ravazza. And here we go then with Nico Hulkenberg. We need to deploy this battery with Drugovich because he's still fighting Ricciardo. And they've been swapping positions. They've not made any progress on the Williams cars. We are just hopeless today. Absolutely in the bin. We need to get this race. But Hulkenberg, personal best first sector. And hopefully we can deliver the fastest lap. We've done the fastest middle sector. We're finding some pace, and he's got some confidence back. About time, but there's only a handful of laps left. We might even get DRS here, so we might even finish it with an overtake. Here comes Nico Hulkenberg. We didn't get DRS, but... oh no, we don't go through. But he did get the fastest lap. So score 1 for Haas. Hey, Dragovic has caught the 2 Williams cars, which is good news. So Magnussen is right up behind his teammate's rear wing. Let's see, can we hop on board and find a way past the Williams cars? They are so quick in a straight line, and we just aren't. And yeah, we're not. Oh, should have gone for it there, Felipe. Oh, he backed out of it. He really didn't need to. DRS up the hill into Piratella. Okay, fine. You saved your courage for somewhere else on the lap. We'll take that. And now we will attack Albon. Almost drive into the back of him. P12. We are not going to catch Hamilton if we get past Albon for 11th. Which I'm sure we will on this lap. Here we go. DRS. And there's a couple of overtakes on Williams cars. Lovely. The really annoying and frustrating thing about this then is the several seconds lost in that pit stop. If we just had a 3.3 second stop, Dragovic would be catching Hamilton right now, and he probably would finish in 10th place. He would have scored a point. But that slow pit stop has absolutely destroyed his race, cost him a chance of points. And, well, the less said about Hulkenberg, the better. He's given us some great moments over the last couple of years. This was not one of them. Dragovic comes home just 5.9 seconds behind Hamilton, and basically that's what we lost in the pit stop. So we lost out on a point today because of that slow pit stop. Really costly, and we come away empty-handed for the second weekend in a row. That's the first time that's happened in this save. So I think that shows just how well the drivers have performed generally. But today, through one reason or another, we have had an absolute disaster. And Alpine are now just 23 points behind us. Well, I failed in my promise to do better, didn't I? But the pit stop error, we couldn't account for. Dragovic deserved a point today, but it wasn't to be in the end. But still, smash the like button, put a smile on the driver's face and my face doing so. Subscribe for more F1 Manager content, and I'll see you for the next round. You're the best fans. Bye for now.